One of the nation's largest retailers says price hikes are coming because of tariffs.
We're talking about Walmart, and tonight we're learning what items will soon cost you more and when. Our consumer investigator.
We're here at the Walmart in Troy, and surprised mainly because Walmart, from the beginning of this tariff talk, has said it's really not going to affect prices, but now a change on that.
I think we're not going to be able to eat. We're not going to be able to feed our families a lot because, you know, with the price going up, people got multiple children out here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We can't afford it.
Walmart's CEO just sounded an alarm, and it's not the kind you hear in aisle 9. He warned that food prices aren't just rising, they're about to skyrocket in 2025. The truth is, when the largest grocery retailer in the world says inflation is about to spin out of control, every shopper should pay attention. So what exactly does Walmart see coming that most of us don't? In the next few minutes, we'll break down how their forecast could turn your grocery run into a full-on budget fight. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Most big brands hide their inflation worries until the damage hits your wallet. But when Walmart's top brass steps up and says food costs are spiraling, that is a public flare. The scale is what makes it serious. Walmart isn't just another store, it's the price anchor for nearly every grocery chain in the country.
Walmart, one of the biggest retail giants in the country. Usually if Walmart makes a big change like this, you can expect others to follow. You will notice a change by the end of this month, and a wide variety of products. You're talking about everything from electronics to furniture. We will do our best to keep our prices as low as possible, but given the magnitude of the tariffs, even at the reduced levels announced this week, we aren't able to absorb all the pressure given the reality of narrow retail margin.
If Walmart shifts prices, it drags the whole market with it. Other retailers might stay hushed, pretending stability, but the numbers don't lie. A forecast of double-digit hikes means more than an expensive grocery trip, it's a hint that the entire supply chain is heating up. Those numbers ripple outward. A supplier sees the alert and edges up costs. A trucking company reviews freight contracts and adds a surcharge. By the time product lands on a shelf, the adjustment has multiplied 3 times over. What makes this particular warning different is its source. Walmart's executives rarely speak out unless their internal data stacks are flashing red. They pore over global freight rates, producer reports, and raw material forecasts before saying a word. This wasn't a sound bite for a press release. The statement dropped at a major financial event, the kind of venue where CEOs choose every syllable with care. That alone tells you the concern runs deeper than a temporary inflation blip. Meanwhile, smaller grocery chains try to keep their customers calm. You'll see signs claiming price freezes or everyday low costs. But when their invoices rise, those slogans start to wilt. The math catches up. You can't fight sourcing spikes forever with smiles and sales stickers.
We've been talking with shoppers here in Troy and also in Dearborn. I talked to Ann a short time ago. She specifically makes her way here to save money.
Yeah. We really can't afford it.
When you're shopping, are you specifically looking for bargains or going to stores like this?
Of course, we have to get the off-brand.
Yeah.
Always the off-brand, just in order to get what I want or what I need at the house.
You're going to see that additional tariff tax. Also food items, bananas, avocados, anything not produced, sold in the U.S. is going to see that extra tariff tax, and then clothing.
So the takeaway here isn't marketing drama, it's a structural alert. Walmart is reading the economy's pressure gauge, and what it sees as inflation data, you'll feel as checkout shock. And now that we know why the alarm matters, it's time to look at the storm that's fueling it. The biggest driver of the coming food shock isn't one disaster. It's several piling up at once. 3 pressures are squeezing the same supply line: trade tariffs, broken logistics, and shrinking harvests. Each one alone might sting a little, but together they form a choke point that's turning into a global price trap. Let's start with the tariffs. New duties on common imports are raising the cost of everyday items most people don't even think about. When shipping containers filled with canned goods, rice, or packaging roll into the country, every new fee adds up. Those costs don't sit with importers, they move down the chain until they land on store shelves. A 20-cent bump at the dock can turn into $1 by the time it reaches the register. And since a lot of grocery packaging is sourced abroad, those tariffs hit even the basics, from soup labels to cereal boxes. Now let's move on to shipping. Global freight still hasn't found its rhythm since the pandemic. Fuel prices swing week to week, vessels wait longer at ports, and insurance premiums climb when routes turn risky. This constant instability keeps freight rates unpredictable. Retailers can't plan promotions or restock timing when transport costs change overnight. The last pressure sits on the field itself. Droughts drag on longer, fertilizer bills climb, and crop disease wipes out yields before harvest. Each bad season tightens supply a little more. You can swap brands, but not biology. Less harvest always means higher pricing power for whoever can still deliver. This cycle feeds itself. Higher costs force stores to scale back inventory. Fewer options kill discounts. What once filled a cart for $100 is creeping toward $130, with no extras. Every metric points the same way, not a brief inflation hiccup, but a structural squeeze on food affordability building toward mid-2025. And if that's the setup, the next question is how anyone can brace for impact before the peak hits. Grocery price inflation isn't hypothetical anymore, it's happening in real time. The system already shifted, and every cart scan tells the story. The smart move now is preparation, not panic. Watch price cycles like you track gas prices, stock shelf-stable goods when they dip, and treat retailer warnings as early weather reports. You don't need a bunker, just a budget that can bend before the shock hits. The truth is, awareness is leverage. Stay alert, plan ahead, and don't let sticker shock catch you off balance. Like and subscribe to help us keep the spotlight on the food industry's best-kept secrets.